Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Wednesday afternoon Facebook Live. I have been a little sporadic in my show-ups as of late, but should be back on track. I want to take a moment to thank everyone that came out to my Stampin' Garage sale last week. It was quite successful, and I truly appreciate everybody that stopped in. If you're jumping on today, say hi. I'd love to know. I've got some company out here and I'm not talking to myself. I really appreciate that. Today we're making a simple fun fold card. I'm using the stamp set Encircled in Friendship. Not the beautiful dies, but I will show them to you. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome, welcome. And the card actually goes pretty quick. It's a neat way to use up some designer series paper. I got a little trick for you if the paper is directional, and it's just something different instead of the regular just fold over card. So bear with me, please, while I switch cameras. Try and switch cameras here. What's going on? All right. All right, so this is the stamp set that I'm using, mostly just for the greetings. And this is the set of dies that coordinates with it. It has these beautiful lacy, almost doily type of dies, circles, hence encircled. I could do some great greetings on these, pair them up with the circle framelets, and they would be quite lovely. So the card that we're going to make today is this one here. I received a card like this from a friend, and I'd seen them around, and I wondered how to make one. So I kind of took it apart and figured it out. So I've got some designer series paper here, a couple of die cuts. These are from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and it's just sort of monochromatic, the blue, misty moonlight, and white, very clean. Open it up. There's a little greeting inside, and then there's another piece on the back if you wanted to write a little message. So let's get started, shall we? I have lost my Facebook page. There we go. Hello, Alondra. Okay, so for supplies, I have 2 pieces of designer series paper that are 4 inches wide by 3 inches tall. And you will notice that this paper is directional, and I did that on purpose so I can show you my little trick. I've cut out the one shape where the Stitch So Sweetly dies already, and we will cut out the other one after we stamp. I have a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 Misty Moonlight, an envelope, and 2 pieces of 4 by 5 1/4 white cardstock. So the first thing to do really is to make those little flaps. So let's just get the rest of this stuff out of the way. And what you want to do, you're going to turn it over, and you're going to need a ruler, and you're going to want to measure at 2 inches. And it's a good idea to put 2 little ticks. It just helps you line things up a little better. Now, because it's directional and we've got one folding up and one folding down, when we do that diamond flap or triangle flap or whatever you want to call it, we're going to have to do the same thing. So this is right side up. So we're going to use that on the bottom. And what you want to do, so this is your 4 inch, you're going to take it. If it helps you, take your ruler and just kind of line it up along those marks and fold to the center like this. And you're going to have a little, about a 1 inch piece at the bottom. And you're going to want to burnish that. You know, it's designer series paper, so you need to be careful, but you do want it nice and crisp. And then now that you've got the one done, you just bring the other one over to meet in the middle. Okay, So that's our one going up. Now we want to do this one upside down. So I need this to be where I fold. If I'm making any sense, if I'm not making any sense, let me know. Thanks, ladies. It's really not that difficult, and you could get 8 cards out of one piece of designer series paper, because you need two triangles, or whatever you want to call them. And then just take it and fold just to create a crease. Fold it over that way, and we'll do that with the other one as well. So you're going to just basically crease it where your paper comes here. It's not a real measurement. Okay, so then we're going to take one of our pieces of the 4" by 5 1/4 white. We're going to adhere that to the back. We're going to adhere that one on the bottom because it's directional, right? And then if we put this one on the top, our paper is going the right way. All right, so I'm just going to add some adhesive on this flap. Well, actually, it's a good idea to just tack this down. So just put a little bit of adhesive on there just to hold it in place so it doesn't flap up. Doesn't need a lot. And then add your adhesive on there. Now, I played around with this a little bit, and what I found the easiest way to do it, and it's a little hard on camera because I'd probably need to get my head in there, but just basically take your cardstock up to that fold that you made, and then you hide all of the opposite side of the paper, right? Like that. And then we're going to do the same with the other one. Yeah, you like that, eh? And just so you know, that powder did sell, so sorry, it's gone. I didn't have much left because I posted a bunch of stuff after my sale on Edmonton Scrapbook Buy and Sell and Marketplace here in Edmonton, and a bunch of stuff flew out the door. So yeah, I have almost nothing left, which is kind of nice. All right, and then again, we'll take this piece of cardstock. You leave just a tiny, tiny gap just to avoid any binding so that it doesn't, you know, wrinkle the cardstock. All right, and then this is pretty simple, I have to say. We're going to attach this to the card base. Okay, now I just want to do a bit of stamping before we go much further. I'm going to stamp on here. With Misty Moonlight, I just kept it all in the 2 colors, white and blue. So this is going to go on the back. I just want to put that little floral image. And I also want to put that on my envelope, because I like my envelopes decorated, even if it's not anything huge. I just like a little something there. Set those aside. And then on here, I want to stamp, in a world where you can be anything, thank you for being kind. So I'm just going to stamp that on there. Give it a minute while that's drying. Bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And this is the other die from the Stitch So Sweetly that I'm going to use to cut it out. Yeah, it is pretty, and it's going to retire in the spring, which I'm sad. I was sad about a couple of the ones that retired this year too. Pretty Peacock and Seaside Spray. Just love those colors, and I'm going to miss them. But I'm sure I'll have new favorites. All right. So to attach that to my tag here, I'm actually going to attach it with dimensionals that I have here somewhere. There they are. And I'm just going to put 4 on there. And just kind of line that up. And then what I want to do, make sure I've got this directional going up, going up. Okay, so this is going to be the top of my card. I want to put some adhesive, and I'm actually going to use liquid glue just because it'll let me move it around a little bit. I'm going to put it right in here on the flap. Press it down. And while I'm just going to hold that in place, I'm going to bring my pencil back in, and I'm just going to make a couple of pencil marks here because that will tell me the area that I can stamp in that won't show through. So I can stamp anywhere in here pretty much. So what I want to do is bring back in my little floral image, and I'm going to stamp a little flower on there. And then you're the best. And just keep it within those lines. Use a light touch with the pencil and have a good quality eraser like this one here, the Mars plastic. It will erase and not streak. And you'll never know that there was a little guide there for you to do your stamping. And there you go. Now, we're not quite done yet because we want to put this piece on the back so you can have a place to write a message. I'm right side up. Yeah, and the rectangles from the Stitch So Sweetly are so stunning. I just love them. And there you go. So there's one we did today. Oops, there's the one I had done ahead of time. And you could jazz that up. You know, you could have images. The one that I received from my friend was done with the ovals, which of course have been retired. So I have them, but I don't use them for my demonstrations, just for my personal use. Make great ways to do the little flap. If it really bothers you that it pops up a little bit, you could put a little tiny piece of Velcro on there and hold it closed. Or you can burnish it a little bit more and it'll stay down a little better. But yeah, so there you go. I don't know if it has a name. I don't know what to call it, but I thought it was pretty and something different. So I hope you have enjoyed this really quick little video today. Only 15 minutes or so in. Yeah, and if anybody is interested, I have put it out on my Facebook page and shared it out quite widely in the province here. But our celebration extravaganza, our summer celebration extravaganza is coming up on the 21st of August. And if you're fairly close, there's still time to order the kit and get it on time. The beauty of the event is it's an all-day event, but if you can't be there all day, that's okay, because we will record everything in Facebook in a special group, or why can I not get over there? There we go. Trying to switch cameras here so we don't have to just keep looking. There we go. So there's a private Facebook group and a web page where everything is stored, so you have access to it for time to come. If you want any more details, they are on my Facebook page, or drop me a note and I can help you out there. You don't have to buy product, but you can, and that gets you in for free, or you can pay a flat fee and get a kit, and the PDF and access to all the online activity. So we have over 18 demonstrations and tons of other inspiration. So love it if you would join us. Thanks so much for sharing your time with me today. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.